Here at Cliff College, we want to enable our students to develop in lots of ways, not just in the classroom, but also to develop as people. We currently run sessions called Life Hacks that are intended to help students get the best from real life. And this short feature is just about how to get a bit more out of the digital world that we now live in. This is just a short overview on digital body language and how to present yourself well in online gatherings. How do you present yourself online? Do you behave differently in a physical meeting, and do you behave differently in an online church meeting or gathering? Very likely the answer to these last two questions is yes, because that will be a natural response. Just as people portray themselves in different ways in a physical setting, there is also the potential to create a strong impression, both negatively or positively, from an online teaching or gathering space, and how you come across to another online participant. Some of this is about technical understanding, about your cameras and lighting and sound, your setting, your seating position, background, and the ambient light and the room where you are filming. But sanitising isn't necessary. It still helps to engage if you present yourself to be real. Putting a false background up might remove distraction, but it also might just make it look into a joke or look like you're hiding something. Allow space and patience to respond. Online, we are so impatient. If we don't respond immediately, it doesn't mean that we're on mute. Where two or three are gathered applies virtually, and we need to allow for Jesus to be present within our virtual environments just as much as in person. If we pick up a device to talk to someone or log into Zoom to have a meeting, God is there. So why should we behave differently when we're in a physical meeting? We are still physical beings, even if the meeting is virtual. We need to help other participants. We're humans, and we often use more nuance than just words. When we write an email, it's often very hard to read irony or sarcasm unless we know the person or subject matter very well. Whereas just listening to a voice or seeing a face open up far more communication. Therefore, don't just aim to capture your face, and don't just restrict yourself to talking. People understand movement and actions. They can also read expressions, so be aware that your face might just give you away. Look at the camera and try and respond to people. Ideally, if you're reading something, have the screen by your camera so that you are looking as close to it as possible. And if you're looking at other things on your computer or phone, then make the point of, I'm just checking this for notes. I'm not just checking my Facebook profile. Here are a few points in summary. Video calls and online lectures should help, not hinder. They should be a method to discuss and communicate, so let's treat them as such. If we start off with a negative attitude, that can be picked up by other meeting or lecture participants. Consider technical in general. Make sure your equipment works and works best for the situation that you're in. If you need something to make things better, maybe you've got a problem with a laptop or you need a headset for better audio, then try and find someone to help you to talk you through technical support. Consider your position. If you're in a lecture room, be aware of where the camera is. In an office, make sure that your chair and desk are comfortable. Arrange your computer, whether it's a laptop or desktop, and a camera, so that you can look directly at the camera if possible. Ideally not looking too much up or too much down. Nobody likes looking up your nose. And it's important both for other people to see you at your best, but also for you. If you are uncomfortable, if you don't feel comfortable in front of the camera, that also shows in your body language. Consider the physical of your surroundings. Be aware of what's behind you. If you've got distractions, that is a distraction for other people, even if it's not for you. But do try not to sanitize. We are real people, even if we are projecting ourselves into a digital world. Try and arrange yourself and your workspace so that the camera is framing your head and shoulders. If you're demonstrating something on screen, frame yourself appropriately with that mind. Be aware of the light in a space. It can help to show you well, or it can make you into a silhouette and hide you, so it changes from just something we think about and switch the light on to actually being a really powerful tool. Consider Audible. Now, at Cliff College, we've worked really hard, but nothing is perfect to make you be able to hear online as well as possible. And sometimes things go wrong, and we get things wrong, and it is a learning curve for us as much as for other people. In lecture spaces, we ask that people try and speak as clearly as possible so that people online can hear as well as possible, so that there's not loads of background noise. If you're on a laptop call or if you're giving an online presentation, make sure in advance that your microphone works. Test it, give someone, a friend, a call just to make sure. If it doesn't, or if you think it could be better, there are lots of options using a headset microphone and external microphones, and many of those are not expensive now. Look at the camera. If it's a hybrid meeting, try and share your attention between physical attendees and the camera. Try and keep your eyes on the screen when you're talking to the screen, because if you're looking elsewhere, it becomes obvious. If you've got your phone in your hand, either put it away or explain that you're looking at something relevant or taking notes. If the camera isn't immediately in eye line with the screen, such as we've got posh cameras like 360-degree cameras and things, try and adjust where you talk to so that you know that when you're talking to the camera, people online feel directly addressed. If you don't need to talk, get into the habit of muting yourself on the video platform. And if you're waiting for a response, don't automatically assume people are muted. Sometimes people will pause before answering. In a physical meeting, we can read that in someone's body state. In an online meeting, give time to people to respond. Allow for pauses. In a physical state, we are so used to reading nuance as well as hearing words, so when we use online video to converse, we expect to have a full engagement, when in reality it's much more like a phone conversation. Don't just talk in the gaps. Make it obvious that you're engaged, and if need be, overemphasize and demonstrate expression. Emphasize smiles, give a thumbs up, or use the applaud icons in Zoom or in Teams. Likewise, use the hand up symbol and use the chat function, or make it known if you've got a differing opinion rather than just frowning and making it look like you're grumpy. Remember, above all else, we are all immigrants in this space, and some people still need more time than others to adapt. But by being in this situation, we are all also hybrid beings, and therefore it's right and proper to pay attention to how we convey ourselves in this domain. The digital space potential allows for less unconscious bias and more freedom to experience wider conversations and hear from people that formerly were inaccessible. So let's not just assume that post-COVID we need to return to physical is best, but rather let's try and embrace the opportunities offered by being online. And in doing so, hopefully we can be our best in all contexts, whether they're virtual or physical. I hope some of that was useful. I'm now going to pass over to Ali Johnson, who works as digital evangelist for Cliff College and the Methodist Church, to give us his 10 digital life hacks.
Embracing new solutions. First things first, we all know that change is scary, regardless of your industry, regardless whether you're in a church, regardless whether you're in a school or in chaplaincy, or even studying here at Cliff. Change is sometimes difficult. But the great thing about digital is this is a constant reality. Change is always upon us. And the rapid development of new apps or updates or digital systems requires us to think and learn something new. Embracing new solutions is all a part of digital. Finding new ways to work and be and live is all a part of the digital world. So the first digital hack is embrace new solutions. 2, learn routines and enjoy disciplines. Whether it be Siri or Alexa or Google Assistant, we now live in a world of possibilities for using our voice as a way to bring about an easier pace of life. whether it be listening to scripture or guided meditations, or even turning off the light or seeing who's at the door. These new voice technologies open up a world of possibilities for creating routines and disciplines in our daily walk with Jesus. I challenge you to use Alexa, Google, or Siri and think about how you can use those for routines for discipline and spiritual formation. Number 3, set reminders. I don't know if you're anything like me, but a gentle reminder to pray, a gentle reminder to read scripture, a gentle reminder to breathe is incredibly helpful in what is an incredibly busy life. Maybe you're like me and your life is full of things that you get up to on a daily basis. Sometimes we get lost in the busyness of the relentless hustle, as John Mark Comer calls it. Why not use the reminders on your phone or the calendar on your phone to help you remind to pray and to take a second and to put Jesus at the centre of all we do in our study, in our work and in our daily going about life. Number 4, make time to learn. We at Cliff College are a learning community and we believe learning is a life goal. We should also make time to learn in a digital sense. I'm a massive advocate for creating space in your day to try new things, have some fun and play with the digital possibilities. It could be Canva, which is a great tool for design work and making things look beautiful, or ChatGPT, which is an AI assistant tool that is taking over the internet, or Lecto 365, which is an amazing devotional app for 24/7 prayer. Why not consider create half an hour or an hour during your week to try a new digital tool, to play with it, to investigate it, and to see what difference it could make in your daily life. Number 5, try out together all. We here at Cliff College believe well-being and mental health is a really important part of our walk with Jesus. And our wellbeing offering at Cliff College here is Together All, which is a website you can go to with amazing resources on a range of topics and articles and courses all related to the topics of wellbeing and mental health. We believe it is really important to take time to address our mental health and to address well-being. And so there are a raft of resources available to you online. Our students and staff have access to Together All, but make well-being and mental health a really important part of your digital journey. Number 6, enjoy it with others. Digital can often be perceived as a solo experience, but there are some amazing stories of intergenerational digital work. Families and kids and grandparents and people who worship together on a Sunday or people who do life together, getting together and playing and exploring digital together. Whether it be the latest game that your kids are playing or the people at your church are playing, or whether it be a drawing app that will make a game for you. We at Cliff advocate for enjoying digital together as a community. Cliff is a community and we enjoy doing digital things together, so why not consider enjoying digital with others? Number 7, set some boundaries. We've all read about the issues with digital, the time it takes from us, the doom scrolling, the non-stop, relentless nature of it. So it's really important in and amongst these life hacks to talk about setting boundaries. Whatever your boundaries look like for you, whether they look like the amount of time you spend on your phone or having a cap on the amount of time, or whether it be when you go to bed, leave your phone in a different room, consider the boundaries that you need to put in place to protect you and your body and your mental health when it comes to digital. We don't want to make ourselves suffer with the amount of stuff we inhabit, so set some boundaries and be really clear about what they are. Number 8, go outside and explore. Sometimes digital can be perceived as somebody in a dark room playing on their computer. Actually, digital doesn't need to be that. It can fuel our creativity and it can get us outside. Whether it be going for a long walk with our phones and taking pictures, listening to music as we go on our walk, going out and exploring with friends. Go outside and take your phone with you. Maybe do a digital nature treasure hunt or different ways to explore the environment, looking at the trees or at nature. Go outside and use digital as a way to help you explore more about God's creation. Number 9, collaborate and be inspired. Digital opens the world up for us. We here at Cliff College are a global community. We interact together and learn alongside each other in a global setting. We really believe that collaboration is a really important part of digital. We believe that connecting with others who aren't always the same as us and don't always have the same point of view is a really important part of being a Christian community. Digital offers us a chance to be inspired and live alongside each other. So collaborate and be inspired by the digital world. Connect with people who don't look like you, sound like you, or think like you. It may stretch your thinking and it may help you grow as a follower of Jesus. Number 10, be authentic. Digital is still real. And it's important that we are authentic followers of Jesus in a digital space. That means being all the things that God commands of us in Scripture: kind, considerate, caring, uplifting, positive, and really importantly, a follower of Jesus, putting social justice at the heart of a digital space. So be authentic, be a follower of Jesus, and have the best time exploring the digital world as you go.